everybody, welcome to WakeUpToLife.tv with Kelsey
and Karen. Today we have a little different show for you, so get prepared, sit down, and open your mind and open your heart, because we're going to take you on a little journey out of the physical dimension and exploring other dimensions that make up who you are. Now, I'm not too sure in regards to what you know about your own reality, what you believe. What Kelsey and I are going to be talking about today can go beyond a belief system. But I want to remind you at the same time that as you're listening to the words that we're expressing, I want you to connect to truth. And if you feel that sense of truth within you, that you know that on a heart level that what Kelsey and I are talking about rings true for you, then fantastic. What we really want to talk about today is how life moves through you. We have energies that move through us, and we can label them as positive or negative. We can label them as divine or demonic. So that's what Kelsey and I are going to be referring to today, is the divine energies that move through us. But we also have these demonic energies that move through us, which is like a darkness, fear-based energies. And if we're not aware of these energies, they can take over our consciousness. And so we're all about helping, assisting you expand your consciousness and really be able to take control of your life, because you ultimately are in control. Seriously.
Absolutely. And one of the things that, in the beginning when I was really kind of starting on my journey, you would mention, demonic energy, and I'd be like, I don't know, right? But at some level, it was very curious to me. And what I ended up discovering was in an experience that I actually got to see, wow, that is demonic energy. And as soon as I was able to experience it, then things that had happened in the past started to become clear. It's like, okay, I see now. It's just a lower level energy that can really, really be so heavy that it can really take hold, really. And and without that experience, who knows, right? I could still be in a curiosity stage. So since that time, it's just been a great piece of awareness in my spiritual journey. And to be able to accept that there are, demonic and divine. I like those words, but, negative and positive or whatever.
Exactly.
And it's the duality, it's the polarity, right? We have the light and we have the dark. Yes. And it's just the balance. And if you lean heavy on the light all the time, we're really resisting and pushing away a natural energy that's out there.
Yes. And it's remembering, too, that we have the love vibration here, we have the fear vibration, and we live in a world of fear. And it's reminding ourselves that we are not the darkness, we are not the fear. We're living in a dimension of fear, but we are the light, and we need to separate ourselves to see what the darkness is here to remind us about, the gift that it has to offer. And usually in those demonic cells or those lower aspects of our consciousness are parts of ourselves that we've forgotten, ignored, we are afraid of. And so in that, we're giving that part of life more power than we are giving ourselves as a divine being. And so it's remembering that once you are able to separate that in your mind, we're all one. Everything is oneness. Everything is expressing itself in the way it is because of where your consciousness is at in the moment. So if you're living a life in fear, if you're taking a lot of drugs, if you're drinking a lot of alcohol, if you are choosing to see life as ugly and depressing or whatever, then those forces are going to be a part of your life, guaranteed. And so it's about you separating yourself and saying, you know what, I can choose to shift my thoughts. I can choose to think and feel and know that I am much, much more than this. And of course, as Chelsea's mentioned, it's a journey. It's a spiritual journey.
Absolutely. And, one of the greatest purposes of this time on this earth is just about consciousness. And this is yet another level that we can explore our consciousness, and what aspects of ourselves and our lives and our experiences are not serving us, are getting in the way of our truest expression, which is our light. And I've had an experience in the last little bit there that really allowed me to see aspects of the dark that I didn't even see coming. And it was, to this day, it's just such a blessing. Such a blessing. Like, I really got that. As much as fear, darkness, and demonic energy can be very possessive and very, like, I got to a place where I never thought I would ever go. It just was not me. In my mind, it's not who I am. But in the moment, it really scared me because it's like, this is not who I am and what is going on. As soon as we labeled what it was, it's just the dark, heavy energy. It's like, okay. And because we know what to do to release it, when that was released, it gave me again this new, greater sense of appreciation of I am the light, and that is the light will always release the dark, right? It's just you're in a dark room and you turn on the light, the darkness is gone. It's just that simple. And so, no matter where you are at, if you are in an experience where you experience depression or thoughts that just aren't serving you or serving others, you got a lot of anger, rage, and those kinds of just darker, deeper, or less heavier energy. Thank you. In that space, it's just like wherever you can find your light, wherever you can just request from the universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, that greater power that you have within you. That to me was the breakthrough, and where I was able to then remind myself of, who am I really? And that was just an experience. So absolutely a blessing in my mind to experience that.
And one great way of releasing darkness is when you are, for example, in depression and you're in a cycle of energy that you just cannot seem to move out of. It's closing your eyes. You close your eyes and you connect to that light inside of you. You can visualize a golden sphere in your chest, or a candle light, or anything that is going to reflect light and light consciousness. And what you want to do is you want to say to the darkness, to that dark consciousness, that energy that's within you, say, I no longer need you. I no longer want you in my life. And you bring a visual or something to represent exactly what that consciousness is for you. And that's why, a lot of people can see the devil. They'll see the devil on the shoulder or the angel, right? If you give your dark consciousness a mental image, then you're able to state exactly what you want to that image. And this is what was referred to as facing your fear. So you face your fear with a representation of an image. It's so much easier to play with. It's so much easier to understand. It's so much easier to let go and go, okay, I don't need you in my life anymore. I am letting you go because I have learned my lessons, and I no longer choose to live in fear. I'm now choosing to live in light. And you make that commitment to yourself, and you say this out loud, or to yourself, or whatever, and that darkness must leave you.
That's what's so great is that that was, to me, a great key, is that we ultimately are the creator. We are the ones that choose. So if you're having this experience that you feel is not yours or whatever, it actually is your choice. You are allowing it, and so darkness cannot attach to you without permission. Period. So therefore, ultimately, we can say, go. You're not allowed to be here. You cannot, you must go, and it has to obey. So therefore, because it's your choice and you are the commander of it, that is what actually will create the space for it to actually disappear. So we, again, are the ones. We're the source. We are the creator. And so with that, we ultimately have the choice to experience what we're experiencing or not.
And for example, Kelsey and I were in Starbucks a couple of weeks ago, and Kelsey was feeling this energy within her. And right away, I said there are demonic energies, and she connected with it right away, and she just went in it took her not even 30 seconds to say, get out of my consciousness. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was because I got that.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, okay, at some level I've allowed this. And this moment, no way. I don't even care why and how and all that. Whatever. I can process that later. But in that moment, it was like, no, this is not how you're not allowed to be here. And it literally just went into a meditation. It was like, leave now. And within 30 seconds, it was just, I could feel it just went, whew, and that energy, that heaviness, it was just lifted. And I was just like, oh, okay. And literally I was like, okay, back to normal. Like, and that is, and I think it's the intentionality. I was very intentional. It was like, no, you cannot be here. And it was just gone. So.
And Kelsey shifted in personality at the same time. I could feel her shift. Yeah. That's how simple it can be in our life. To let go of what no longer serves you and to really move into your power. And we all have that within ourselves. It's just knowing how to get there. And that's what Kelsey and I want to bring you every week with Wake Up to Life. And yeah, so please email us. Let us know what you want to hear, in regards to the topics that we bring to you. We want to bring you awareness.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Namaste. Namaste.